The Kansas City Chiefs escape once again with another victory, moving to 10-1 on the season, where the defense saw some things really start to fall apart against Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers, who executed a fantastic game plan. But also, we know that they didn't really perform up to their level. Shouldn't have allowed them to come back in this football game. Honestly, while the offense was able to get back off the mat, Patrick Mahomes completed 7 of his 10 pass attempts for 122 yards and 3 touchdowns on downfield passes, 10 plus air yards or more. That's what we wanted to see. Noah Gray's involvement's getting back. So really, this is a tale of 2 different halves of the football. What we're going to see from this Chiefs team going forward, I think, is going to be emblematic of what we saw against the Panthers, but with some tweaks on defense. So today on RGR Football, my name is Daniel Harms, senior film analyst. We're going to get into all the different things that happened on the offense side of the football and the defense side of the football, and talk about how this can really spell a coming out party for the offense, while it gives the defense some things that they desperately need to work on to be able to get in, not just to the postseason, but make it to another Super Bowl. And like I said, this is RGR Football. If y'all are new to the channel, please welcome in. Get yourself subscribed. We are now over 30,000 subs. Thank you all so much for being here. And then allow me to earn a like from you guys as we dive into the numbers a little bit. Like we talked a little bit about those 10 passes over 10 yards or more, the first time since 2020, since Patrick Mahomes has completed 3 touchdowns of 10 air yards or more. That's a big number for them. So like I said, let's dive into the tape and really talk about these things offensively, defensively, that are going to allow the Chiefs to get back to what we know them to be. And you guys know we're here sponsored by Autograph. We would like to thank our members here being a part of this experience. You guys can get all of your information on the Autograph app, and you get rewards for doing all of those things that you do anyway. So let's dive in. The play action game was working in this game specifically. I believe that this was the lowest percentage of an NFL game that Patrick Mahomes was pressured on. Now, they still turned 5 of their 8 pressures into sacks. That's not a good number to have from pressure to sack ratio, and that's been the theme of this season. But this play comes back because of offsetting penalties on both sides. But what I love is that once again, they are trying to actively get the offense dialed in downfield. You're going to see Xavier Worthy in that stack formation to the top of your screen. He's going to run that clear route, and they're going to run a dig underneath it with Juju Smith-Schuster, create that one-on-one coverage over the middle of the field. And then also they're going to bring Travis Kelce. He's going to be like more of a, he's going to kind of block first, chip first, and then get out on his route. And then there's that play action fake with Kareem Hunt, who's going to release to the flat here. And then they're going to pull Joe Thuney off to the right-hand side. Patrick's going to kind of fake around this way as well. On the backside, you have DeAndre Hopkins running out here. So you can see as we get through this play right here where the defense is going to end up going, and it stretches them horizontally as well. So typically what you see, again, you've got a triangle right here of defense. 1, 2, around where Xavier Worthy's going to be, right? So that entire defense is being canceled out right there. You've also got attention, from the defensive side here, right? You've got underneath defenders looking at Travis Kelce, looking at Kareem Hunt. You've got one here, and you have one out wide here with his eyes there. That opens up the middle of the field completely. So you're going to see this area be wide open. Now, this player right here is going to end up breaking on the Juju Smith-Schuster route, but it's not going to matter because of the initial triangulation of that offense. Right there, you see wide open to the middle of the field with Juju Smith-Schuster. And this is what, honestly, what Xavier Worthy was doing all game long, what he's been doing. You can see attention here on Travis Kelce, multiple places here. You've got all of that happening. So when you're able to execute that, you can really get players open over the middle of the field, like Juju is here with another great catch that he's made multiple times. And this would have been another pass 10 yards or more downfield that would have been completed had not been for penalties on offsetting. So, and once again, you see protection. And you get a little bit right here. That pressure's coming in, but doesn't really matter all that much because Patrick has initially that pocket, right? That's what you're looking for, especially when you pull the guard out there. And they got really efficient with their pressures, like I said, converting 5 of 8 of them into sacks. But this is the name of the game for the Chiefs in this specific game, where you have the offensive line play better in terms of overall protection. Patrick stepping up in the pocket. And then you see this right here. This is one of the plays, again, the opening script for the Chiefs in this game, outside of the kick return that they had from Samaje Perine, got all of this going. And we're going to notice on the left-hand side, once again, they're going to get the open Noah Gray on that side of the football, right? So we'll watch Xavier Worthy, who's taking this up, out, and in. And you've also got Justin Watson, who's going to kind of take this to the middle, clear out. It's all about it clearing out that side. And then you get Noah Gray just kind of leaking out to the middle and to the left-hand side of the field again. But watch everybody. You're going to see two defenders go with Justin Watson and Xavier Worthy right there. 4 players. You got 4 defensive players here. 1, 2, and then you're going to have these 2 here. That's 4 covered up. And also, you've got 2 players down here in the middle of the field, one on Samaje Perine. There's so much chaos from motion created here. Patrick steps up into the pocket after you move guys around, and those clear out routes are very essential, because without them, no one scores on this play. No one does. Right here, look at this. This is what I love. Xavier Worthy, hands in the air. Samaje Perine, hands in the air. Travis Kelce, hands in the air. You've got everyone on the field around them, hands in the air, because they all did their job. Once again, Justin Watson, hands in the air. That's what they want to do. And yes, it's frustrating to watch guys like Xavier Worthy. If you guys are following me on Twitter at InHarmsWay19, you see I'm putting clips up of Xavier running real routes and actually getting legitimate touches, not just this stuff, not just the gimmicky things. But here, this is a real possession where the Chiefs used both Justin Watson and Xavier Worthy to clear out. That's what they want to do. I know it's frustrating, but that's why they have still thrown him the deep ball, because they have to respect it. They have to respect the fact that if you leave him one-on-one, he's going to go ahead and take that downfield. And then if you take 2 players to him, this is what the Chiefs offense is supposed to look like. This is it. You have the run game, which is efficient. And honestly, when you get Isaiah Pacheco back, it's going to be better. It's going to be more explosive. But that's what they want to do. They want to create these explosives. And if they can continue to run this exactly the way it is, even out of 13 personnel, which we're going to see right here, that's what you need to be able to do. Now, I know that Peyton Hendershot is done for the season. At least he's going on IR right now. But Travis Kelce here, out of 13 personnel, gets another big play. Hopefully they can get maybe Baylor Cupp to come up and play a little bit of 13 personnel. They've been really hurt at tight end this season. So hopefully they can figure that out, because they are very dynamic when they get into 13 personnel. That's what you want to see. You want to see them be able to throw the football out of 13 and out of 12. But here, you're going to see that bunch formation on the left-hand side. Noah Gray is going to run his little curl route right here. Travis Kelce is coming all the way over. So he's going to come to the middle of the field, clear these linebackers out, and then get to the middle and then out to the right-hand side. You have Peyton Hendershot here, who's going to chip, again, help to the flat. So you have 3 players on one side. All 3 are going to different areas. One to the flat on the left, one to the right-hand side of the field, and one to the middle. Xavier Worthy, once again, you are going to be running some routes, my guy. Inside, bend this back up a little bit, and then take this to the middle, to the left-hand side. And I want you to watch Patrick's eyes first, right? That's what you're looking for, because he's looking this way. You see, he's looking here. That's what he wants. He wants the defense to fold right here on this part. Eyes here, attention here. You guys are all back. There's 5 different defenders right in this area from that bunch formation. And Travis, again, is attacking this area of the field, but they don't know that yet, because you also have this defender out here tracking Xavier Worthy. So we know that number 8 can't get there. He's got eyes on Patrick Mahomes. He's looking the opposite way, so he's not really worried about anything right now. This is where you see it right here. This is it. Because, again, you have that underneath player, and the depth of Travis's route is important, okay? It's very important, because he's clearing those linebackers. When you see Travis clearing linebackers and Patrick's eyes still over here, that's when you know that the play is coming. And I love what he does here, because he holds everyone with his eyes on Noah Gray, and then he throws this on just a response, right? It's a reaction. He knows he's got time in the pocket. He knows Xavier is going over top. He knows that Travis is going across, right? So all of that comes through with his eyes one place. He comes back to the other side and rips the throw to the right-hand side of the field to Travis Kelce, who's wide open. So again, out of 13 personnel, they can still attack. And I love watching 13 personnel with Xavier Worthy because, again, they can run the ball out of 13. They've shown they've been able to do that this year, but they can still throw it out of 13, which is something they desperately want to do. They want teams in their base personnel with 13 or with 3 tight ends on the field. They want to bring those linebackers on. They want to attack in the middle and downfield with the protection. So if the protection can get better, again, you don't want to see a 5 sack conversion rate on 8 pressures in a game. That's not what you want. But the fact of the matter is that they had better protection in this game than they did. And this is part of the reason why they didn't even have more explosive plays. Pressure here turns into a throwaway on the right-hand flat to Carson Strong. Not Carson Strong, Carson Steele. My apologies, Carson. But this is another play where they have exactly what they want. They get a little bit of inside release here from Justin Watson, who's going to come across the middle of the field once again. On the left-hand side, it still trips, right? You still have Noah Gray, who's going to chip and then come out here as he usually does. Travis Kelce is going the opposite direction. Kind of like they're going to almost scissor at the middle of the field with him and Justin Watson. And then on the outside, once again, you've got Xavier Worthy run into his route. They have what they want. So you have defense back out, right? He backs out real deep. So it's more of a cover 3 look with these players here. Then you have the underneath. This is where you're looking at what you want. They also are going to get, like I said, Travis Kelce right here, almost on a pick route with these players. So you've got 2 defenders now that are here, one trailing Justin Watson. You also have Noah Gray, who is wide open right here. I want to just show you guys that. That's what happens when you have Travis Kelce come across the middle of the field and Noah Gray, fake block for a second, just kind of chip. He can release easily. Now, pressure gets into Patrick Mahomes' face, but that's not what we want to focus on. We want to focus on Justin Watson clearing right here because, once again, you're going to have 2 defenders stay deep with Xavier Worthy. And you have that access to the big play over the middle of the field. Patrick didn't see it. I think if he would have been looking at Justin Watson, he throws this with anticipation into this window. He steps up into the ball, into the throw, and right here he throws this. I don't think he was looking at the moment, but regardless, he has to step up and not throw it away because there's pressure in his face. So they could have been even bigger for the Kansas City Chiefs because of what they were able to do in this against this defense. It's not the best defense in the world. It's not. But it gives them confidence, right? Hopefully this performance can give them some confidence. And I wanted to include this because I think it's very important that everyone remember who Patrick Mahomes is. We all talk about how he hasn't had a great year. That's true. He really hasn't. But this moment right here, this touchdown to Noah Gray shows you everything that Patrick Mahomes is and what he has learned in his time and the development of him as a player. He's identifying who's coming where and where the blitz is. This is how you get 7 rushers on 6 blockers, and you still pick it up. Okay? This is fantastic work. So obviously Patrick is now communicating. So I have this drawn up, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure that I have this all right. So you got the 4 players down on the line of scrimmage. They're blitzing, right? We all know that. They bring up this linebacker right here. He's coming too. All right. So you also have this corner, safety, whatever you want to call him. He is blitzing as well. So now we've got man on man here on the outside. We know that. And then on the left-hand side, you've got 4 guys muddled over here. The cornerback at the top or safety at the top is going to be the one that ends up blitzing on this side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. And then you have man on man out here. Okay. Those are just how it works. And so Patrick is coming up to the line of scrimmage. He is setting up the protections. He's telling everyone where the blitz is coming from, who exactly is coming, and where you need to block. So here you can see the slide, right? Offensive line slides to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry. Those are 5. And then 6 and 7. They're going to have an extra man off the edge kind of quickly, but it's not enough to get into Patrick Mahomes' face because you have Noah Gray, again, running this outward breaking route initially, and then he breaks across the face and he goes in for a touchdown, for a score. Really nice job being physical through that route right there. And then Patrick throwing it up to him. And then the awareness to know he knows he has a defender close, okay? So he steps up. He jumps up into the air to shield himself in the football from anyone making that play. That's exactly what you want. And that's why he's now scored 4 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks, because that trust factor has just grown. That's beautiful offensive play. So overall, from an offensive side of the football, outside of the two possessions to which should have ended the game where the execution wasn't there because of penalties and things like that, we got to watch Patrick do this. We got to watch him throw the football downfield a bit more. It wasn't as deep as I would have liked to see, but at the end of the day, you're still completing a good portion of those passes 10 yards or more down the field, and it should have been far more. They wanted to do more. So the offense, I think, is in a good situation, a good position. On the defensive side of the football, again, I want to take my hands, I want to put them together for Dave Canales and for Bryce Young. Bryce Young played the best game of his career, but I want to explain to you guys why this happened, why it was so easy, and why I've been saying that it's easy to attack the Chiefs on defense when they play like this. They're very aggressive against the run. One of the reasons their run defense has been so much better this season is because they will run blitz. They will attack with players downhill. So right here on first down, you're going to see both Drew Tranquil come off the edge, and they're going to bring Chamari Connor. What that does is it opens up the play action pass or the RPO in this sense. You're going to have Adam Thielen kind of extend his route right here, just outward, and create a better angle for Bryce Young to throw him the football because he knows he's going to get it with the blitz off the right hand, or the left hand side. And that's what Bryce Young is doing, right? He's looking out here. So again, Adam Thielen goes off to the left and just stops in space, has allowed him to throw the football. And that's where you do. You're attacking where the blitz is coming from because you know there's space there. So that's one part right there. This, we're going to show it again. Right here, you're going to see Drew Tranquil come off the edge, and they want to run the football. We know that part of the reason that Carolina's offense has gotten better and really has been even existent this year is because Chuba Hubbard has been fantastic. Their offensive line's done a very good job running the football. So they isolate the blitz there. And when you run blitz, you become susceptible to RPOs in the play action game. The first one was the RPO. The second one is the play action. So here you see, once again, aggressive linebackers coming downhill against the run on first down, what they expect to be, and they get a play down the field. I want you guys to notice really quickly who's on defense for the Chiefs and where they are lined up. So Justin Reed is in the slot against Xavier Legette. Not a matchup that you really want to see, but this is exactly what the Panthers want. They want you in your base personnel. Even this is probably nickel, or no, it's not. It's base. You got Leo Chanel down here as well. So you have base personnel on the field, which means your slot is going to be a safety. It just is. And that's what they want. So they're going to put Xavier Legette in the slot, and I will give it just Justin Reed. He did everything he possibly could on this play. He played as well at corner for him as you could. But this is what I'm talking about. Look at where the Chiefs defense is, right? You've got linebacker here, linebacker here, linebacker here, corner here. Where do you think there's help? Nowhere. Only place is out here. And Brian Cook is not a free safety. He's just not. He's not going to be able to help you here. You're just going to have to live with that one. And that's what it is. You get the legal contact penalty, which I thought was kind of tic-tacky, excuse me, on McDuffie. But regardless, this is a play that you're looking for Carolina. And it's a fantastically thrown football. I give Justin Reed a lot of credit. He did everything he could, but this is what you get when you run blitz. And then an offensive line that's in max protection, essentially, and you can't get any pressure. Look at, he's sitting back there for seconds. I know there's a hold on Mike Dana. Nothing you can do about something that's not called. But at the end of the day, this is a beautifully thrown football. It's exactly what they're looking for. So, yeah, hats off to him. He got held right there. But a lot of times you're not going to get a holding call for the rip through. The hold was at the end. It doesn't matter. Just tip your hat, right? So how does that play into what impacted the Chiefs in the second half of the game? Because I think they ran the ball much better in the second half as well. Well, if you run blitzing all the time and you're getting beat down the field off of short passes and play action passes, it now is going to impact the second level, and it's going to split the defense in half. Okay. When you're constantly running out of the pocket or moving the quarterback with that, and you're running maybe tight ends across the formation and getting them on quick screens and things like that, it's going to create problems. So Nick Bolton right here is going to be essentially reacting immediately with this tight end that comes across the formation because he thinks, okay, quarterback's going to hand this ball or fake hand the ball off and then throw it to the tight end over there for a screen, and they're going to go get 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. So that's what he does, right? So you have that there. You also have an overreaction from Drew Tranquil, who comes downhill immediately. Excuse me. right here. He comes downhill immediately looking at this gap. Is this a gap responsible? Because that's where you see defender here, defender here. He knows that's his gap, okay? But he's still a little bit too aggressive downhill. Once again, that's because the Chiefs are aggressive against the run. Nick Bolton is going this way. You already have Leo Chanel out here. You're in trouble. Splitting the defense two ways. This is split zone, just straight split zone, opens up the middle of the field for Chuba Hubbard, who goes right down the middle. So now you're putting your linebackers in conflict because they've been getting beat on the play action pass and the RPO game so quickly that right here you see, again, it's just splitting that defense. That's exactly what they want. They want Nick Bolton reacting here, and they want Drew Tranquil reacting here with the interior of the offensive line doing once again doing a really good job double teaming Chris Jones, getting a man-on-man on Mike Pennell, and then it's space with Chuba Hubbard. So early on in this football game, the Carolina Panthers attacked the Chiefs' aggressive mindset against the run with play action passes and RPOs, and then they went at them with the run in the second half, really taking over what the defense was doing in that regard. So when you see all of that, it's tough. It really is tough. And they were, like I said, they executed a fantastic game plan. But this, again, sometimes you just get beat. And I think that what the Chiefs do well does not really translate a ton right now to what we're seeing on the defense side because of the injuries. But one thing that went from the Buffalo game to this game was the passing off. I want you to look at the right side of the field here, where the Carolina Panthers are going to run more of this little pick kind of concept where you have this receiver coming up, going to the middle of the field, and then this one coming up and going around. And what it does is you're going to see right here at the top of the route with Nick Bolton and Chamari Connor. You got Chamari Connor and Nick Bolton in coverage right here. They're both on players, but then they have to pass off. They have to pass off. Chamari Connor needs to recognize that this is going to happen. It's not easy to do. It's coming at you fast. And then Nick Bolton's got to carry this player here. And what they do, again, they do a really nice job of creating that mesh point. Chamari Connor gets a little too far upfield, doesn't recognize that this guy could be coming over, and then Nick Bolton has the middle of the field there. Also safety help over top, and it takes him far too long to get across the field. So they messed with their communications. Bryce Young made some really good throws in this game, and you're going to see, again, right here, just that mesh communication problem. It's an issue for them. But I do want to note, right here, this is Nazeeh Johnson, who we're going to talk about for the last couple of plays, because there's been a lot of talk about the cornerback 2 spot. And this is not the best game to really showcase what he's done, but I want to showcase what he was doing in this game. He was being physical, and I want just again watch what he's doing here at the top of the screen, being physical through that 5 yards, which is what you want from your cornerback 2, apart from a Trent McDuffie. So I think right now he's probably getting more comfortable. But look at the pressure. Look at the pressure. There's no pressure. 4-man rush. They can't get to Bryce Young. It's frustrating watching this game back. It really is. But at the end of the day, I want to just take a step back here and talk about Nazeeh Johnson. Okay, bottom of your screen. We know now the Panthers did a really good job of play action pass, of RPO usage, and then using how they impacted the defense late in the game and ran the football well. And they also messed with communication on the back end for the Chiefs. So here, this is where we're going to put it in a little bow. We're going to tie it up and say, okay, the Chiefs, they see it too. They watched all this tape. We know Spags wasn't happy with their performance. We know they weren't happy with their performance. But I do think there's a glimmer of hope here. I think the Chiefs might have something here. Maybe not to Justin Watson level. That's okay. You're not looking for Justin Watson level, but Jalen Watson level. You're hoping that he can get to that point. But I think that Nazeeh Johnson's understanding the defense pretty well right now. This is the only real sack of the game for the Chiefs, and it happens because of the actual communication and the understanding of the defense from this Chiefs team right here. So you have Adam Thielen, who's going to break off this way, right? He's coming off to the middle here, but that's just okay. I know I've got players that are going to help come down. I know that I've got players here as well. Also, someone that's trailing in the back. So this receiver is going to try and come here, and Nazeeh Johnson just keeps running through, right? Recognizing that receiver could be coming to his side of the field, and he does. So he goes with him. Really nice job passing that off from the defense. And we saw the play previous where he's at the line of scrimmage, playing a bit of press, being physical, throwing off that timing, and not letting things happen. So, and once we get a little bit of pressure here, finally, Chris Jones up the middle, Mike Dana comes in late, but Malik Herring giving a little bit of pressure here, moving Bryce Young in. When it's a 2-man route concept like that, you really have to either throw the ball away or throw it to someone's feet. But Mike Dana does a good job there closing at the end. because of the coverage sack. That's what we know as a coverage sack. So they were unable to truly get real pressure with 4 in this football game. But at the end of the day, there is something to take out of this because I do believe Najee Johnson played very well. He got beat one time, a couple of times. The dunk from Ja'Tavion Sanders, which it's hard to just beat someone like that all the time. You're just going to get beat. I don't think Ja'Tavion Sanders is that great of a player, but he made a great play right there. And then this play right here is it's fantastic. Xavier Legette is faster than him in a straight line, but this shows you, I think, how he finally started to look for the football. Hey, I know we said don't expect them to. His helmet is looking for that football. He is trying to track right now. He's in phase with Xavier Legette, and this is, again, he attacks the catch point. This is really what I want to focus on. I know it's hard to see because of how far away it is, but if you guys can see, he's looking at the football. He's trying to attack it right there. He's throwing his hand at the catch point, and then I think he even hits the football on his way down. So vertical, the physicalness, we're not really asking him to play a ton in that regard. But I think at the end of the day, there's something that is happening with Najee Johnson. He's getting more comfortable. He's getting, I think, more, his legs are getting under him with coming off that injury. He seems to be in better control of his circumstances. And I love what he's doing right now. The last 2 games, he's gotten beat by really good throws, but really good throws and really good plays. What good cornerbacks do is they put that aside and they play through it. And I think he's done a fantastic job of bouncing back from his earlier performances. And these last 2 games is something to build on for him. So there is miscommunications in the defense. They are very aggressive against the run because they kind of have to be. They didn't invest a ton in the defensive tackle department. So it's Chris Jones. And then, I like what Mike Pennell's done. I like what Tershawn Wharton's done more early in the season than now. We're not seeing them be as impactful as they have been. So the Chiefs have countered that a little bit with run blitzes and coming downhill very quickly, and that opens them up to the RPO and the play action stuff. But I think that Najee Johnson is starting to gain confidence. He's playing better. I think that his legs look much more vertical competent, and then he's playing physically when he's being asked to, and that's what I really like about that. Being physical can really help settle him in, and I think that outside of Trent McDuffie, who's much more of the reactionary player, you want to have someone on the opposite side that's going to play physical and they can throw up that timing well. So there's something there. We just watched the offense really start to engage downfield. If they can continue to do that, I think they're going to be just fine. So I wanted to give you guys both the kind of positive, and negatives, but we'll talk about how they can continue to perform at a top level and why, they're 10-1 for a reason, even though the last month has not been the wins or losses that you want to see. It's just going to get better, I think, in this game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Hopefully, we see it all come together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown, full encompassing of what the Chiefs' positives and negatives were for the most part in this game. So please, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. We will become a member here at Rogue Nation. We will have more content for you. I know tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so please enjoy your family time, enjoy some football on Thanksgiving, and then we'll hopefully be back on Friday on Black Friday for the game, and we will be live after the game for you guys. It's the only one on TV, so we know you're not going to miss it. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you.